I think what has just transpired is tremendously disturbing. It is the latest evolution and instance of political violence in the United States, and it must end.
He's talking about people's rights to carry a gun rather than talking about the rhetoric that people in this country are speaking on that incite violence. That's not being addressed by people on the left. And this is a huge problem because most of these problems and the rhetoric is coming from the left.
Congresswoman, what message do you have to your fellow lawmakers regarding the political environment? What message do you have to your fellow lawmakers regarding the political environment and the rhetoric that has been put out in the media?
You know, beyond rhetoric, we need to talk about action, and we need to talk about, yes, there are words, but most importantly, we are in a job of leadership. We are in a job of action. We are in a role and a position where the American people are looking to us to do something about this. And every single day, people are dying due to gun violence in America. And every single day, there are people in this building that continue to vote against doing anything. They vote against universal background checks. They continue to support legislation and also remove any way to block the mentally ill, to block extremists, to block people with histories and records.
Are you hearing this stupid ass woman? Are you hearing her? Their solution does not work. The Biden administration tried this. They tried to silence and shut up the American people. Canceling. The cancel culture got created by the Democratic Party because they believe that shutting Americans up solves issues and problems. It doesn't. Charlie Kirk used his First Amendment, the freedom of speech, and got murdered for it. And your solution is to shut him up, take our rights away of speaking. Instead, she quickly changes it and turns it into, oh yeah, we need to have harsher, stronger background checks. We need to get these mentally ill blocked. How about getting these mental people into mental institutions, or put them in a deep, dark hole if they're not willing to change, or if they cannot change, if they're too crazy. There's people out there that are way too crazy and they can't change. Even if you sit down and talk to them, if they've been diagnosed with certain things, schizophrenia, there's people out there roaming the streets. And we have stupid politicians like AOC saying, we've already tried that, we've already done it. It does not work.
Domestic violence from getting guns in their hands. So are we going to do something about this or not? We have a political assassination that happened at the same time as a school shooting where children are dying on the same day, a week after a shooting at a Catholic school where children were gunned down while praying. Are we going to do something, or are we going to argue over rhetoric? That is my question about this.
He's talking about people's rights to carry a gun rather than talking about the rhetoric that people in this country are speaking on that incite violence. That's not being addressed by people on the left. And this is a huge problem because most of these problems and the rhetoric is coming from the left. And everybody online, all these YouTubers, all these media sources, they're all coming out and they're saying it now. Yesterday was the biggest day they were saying it. It's people on the left. It's the Democratic Party. You know what? This is crystal clear. It's the Democratic Party. They are the problem. And instead of just pointing fingers and saying, okay, they're the problem, we're giving people on the left an opportunity to sit down and have a discussion, to come to a middle ground. But they also need to hold themselves accountable. The people on the left need to start rising up and saying, hey, people that support our party, we cannot become radicalized. We cannot be inciting violence through our speech. We need to protect our speech. Instead, people on the right, they're changing it and flipping it and saying, we need to figure out a way to get guns out of people's hands by doing... We've already tried that. It does not work. And silencing the American people is also not the solution. I am hoping that we have a competent Democrat. I've been saying this since I started this channel. I'm hoping that we have somebody on the left that actually is level-headed and can come to the table with a Republican and say, hey, these are the issues we have. We are going to hold ourselves accountable. We got to start teaching our own parties that, hey, you believe in us because of our certain views in this country, but we cannot allow ourselves to become radicalized to the point where we need to start killing the opposition. This isn't the answer. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.